Hello everybody, and welcome to Pravus Gaming and a new series for this channel, Kingdom New Lands. I did a video on the original Kingdom Classic not too long ago, about a month or two ago I think, on my Steam series, and it was a pretty fun game. I really enjoyed it, and people had asked that I do a series on this game, but I didn't really have the time. Well, now a new expansion to the game has been added, or really more of just a content update. It's not so much as a standalone expansion. And I figure, okay, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity to get back into the game, let's give it a shot, and we're going to be playing some of that today. So, let's move on to the screen. There's my character. I'll be playing as a king this time, apparently, instead of a queen, which will be just fine. I'm going to be going over a bit of the game, kind of my strategy as far as how I play it. I have done a couple of different levels thus far, to kind of see some new content, and there definitely are some differences between Kingdom New Lands and the original. Ooh, look, a ghost. See, there's a difference right there. There's supposed to be a whole lot of different changes that I have yet to see, so we're going to last as long as we can, try to find a bunch of new content, go over my strategy, and we'll see how well that works out. This queen here, this ghost, is a past ruler of the area who did not succeed, who lost, and is guiding me toward the campfire. So we're going to spend a little bit of money real quick and start up a brand new camp. We will throw some coins at the peasants. There we go. Now they're on my side. I will buy a bow for the first one to create an archer or a hunter. He'll get me some money. And I'll spend some more gold getting a hammer so this guy is able to construct stuff. The game ultimately is very simple. If you've seen my original video on this game, you pretty much will get the hang of it in no time at all. It's very minimalist. The art style is pretty awesome. There's not a whole lot to do, but it's really just a resource management game that actually is a lot harder than it looks. Or at least it used to be in Kingdom Classic. I actually think in this particular version it's a tiny bit easier than it used to be, because there's a bit more of a progression system. So in Kingdom New Lands, instead of, you know, starting up a kingdom here, and there's 2 portals on the right and 2 on the left, and you have to destroy them all, and that's how you win, now we start off wrecked on an island, and there's 1 portal to start us off, I think over to the right, and we'll want to destroy that. We also need to rebuild a ship so that we can escape this island, move on to the next island, and build a kingdom there, and the levels get progressively more difficult. That's kind of how this is going to work. There's also this trader guy. You may recognize him. This is one of the big changes. It used to be that as this wandering merchant came around, you'd spend money on him, and he would go to your town, and he would drop off something. 4 bows, 4 hammers, 4 scythes, something along those lines. Not anymore. Now this guy is a trader. So he'll come over, he'll bring me some taxes right off the bat, and I'll collect a bunch of money. I'll spend some money to send him off into to a little hut somewhere in the woods. He'll trade with the locals there, and then bring me back some more money. So he does that pretty much once a day, as long as you keep paying him. I don't know if he's going to deliver today or not. I don't think so. Yeah, probably tomorrow he will. So let's explore a little bit, and you'll kind of see how that trader works. It's really cool. It replaces the taxation system. There are no taxes now in the game, which is probably a good thing because I thought the taxes were a little bit weird. Okay, yeah, this is the hut that I'm talking about. The trader will come out here, and he'll trade with them, and bring back, you know, you'll spend 1 gold to send him out, and he'll bring back, like, 8 gold pieces or something along those lines. It's pretty cool. Alright, so I see 2 camps off to the right. The world is randomly generated. There's usually a few constants, like you'll have at least 2 or 3 camps where you can recruit new people. And there'll usually be some chests somewhere out in the woods, and there'll be a trading camp somewhere, and it looks like we're actually starting off with a shrine, surprisingly. We're not starting off on level 2, are we? I just hit new game. I did practice a little bit, but maybe we are starting off on level 2 instead of 1. Oops, my horse is tired. I should probably get some grass and let him eat. Or her, I don't know. Could be a mare. Doesn't have to be a stallion. Why am I so sexist? I don't know. Feeling better there, horsey? Good, let's keep exploring. Let's see what's around over here. Ooh, more treasure chests. Love it. I will say that the games do seem to be a bit faster because of that progression system. So, the first night, I was able to beat it last time in like 15 days. Here is... Okay, this is actually the pier where I want to send the ship once I rebuild it. So, there's no portal over to the right, which means that no enemies should spawn to the right. So, if I will go back out here to my original camp, I probably want to reinforce the left-hand side. And that's one big difference from the original game. Because there's not as many portals, or at least they're different in how they are set up, you actually can reinforce one particular area a lot. And maybe you'll clear out all the trees and open up a ton of farmland over to the right because you're not scared of enemies coming at night. So, I don't know, it changes the way you play the game a little bit. And I think it's actually a pretty cool change. But you'll find out more as we go. As far as how I am going to be formatting this series, I don't know exactly how many nights I'm going to play per video. Kind of depends. I haven't actually clocked to see how long... Oh, crap! Okay, well, we have an enemy, and he just stole a bow. Apparently, our wall fell, and our guys died. Well, good news is I have plenty of money, so let's get the guy hired back up. Let's hire you as well, and let's get a few bows so I can defend myself, because I kind of spent some time showing you around a little bit, and I should have actually been building up some defenses. Okay, that guy just dropped off a bunch of money in the morning. See what I'm talking about? So now we can pay him 1 gold. He'll go off to that hut in the woods, and he'll get some more money, which is exactly what I would want. Okay, well, let's see if we can get another hammer guy, because I do need some more construction workers. 1, 2, 3, there we go. And let's rebuild this wall, because it did collapse. We did not defend it successfully. And let's explore the left-hand side of the map. The maps do seem to be a bit larger to me. Now, maybe that's anecdotal, I don't really know, but I feel like the maps are a lot bigger, which is kind of cool. My horse is getting tired, don't want to push him too hard, or else he won't be able to sprint anymore. Lots of deer in the early game, because there's a lot of trees and stuff. If I'm quick, I can try to herd them back to my my capital, and maybe, just maybe, we can hunt them down, but I don't know. There's the ship, by the way. I can spend, I think, 10 gold to get it back in the water, or at least get it started, and then I will have to spend a ton of money rebuilding it. I mean, it takes a lot. Like, a lot of coins, like 60 summit coins, so it's a big long-term investment. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build this this little stonemason's icon here. I don't need it right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it so I don't have to worry about it later. That will allow us to build stone technology, or stone walls, later. There is this little sign right here, which I've already filled in. I didn't before? I don't know why, actually. Why is that the way? I don't know, when I first played this in a test run, I had to spend some money on it. And, like, 2 coins, and it just sort of gave me a map icon, and I had no idea what it did. Maybe it unlocks shrines for when you play the game in the future, I'm not too sure, but... Either way, we'll hire as many people as we can, and this is the portal that we have to worry about. It's carved into the cliff face right there. So, we don't want to get too close, or they'll spawn some enemies that'll try to kill me. There is a camp way out here in the woods. A little bit too far away for me to make much use of it, but if I'm ever desperate for manpower, that is one place I could go. And we'll just kind of chase the deer over here toward my camp. We'll see if that works or not. My horse is unfortunately a little bit tired. He's not in the mood to gallop anymore, but oh well. Yeah, so in the New Lands expansion, I've seen screenshots that indicate lots of different weather, like snow. I've seen different mounts. You can ride a bear or a unicorn or an armored horse or something along those lines. No idea how you get that. I have seen ballista towers and lots of different things that I have yet to experience in my 2 levels of the game that I've played through so far. I'm looking forward to finding out what those are all about. It may take us a little bit to get there. I don't know how long we're going to play the series. It really depends on what kind of reception I get. If you guys do like this, then be sure to let me know. But let's just get through the first video for now, and we'll see how we feel. So we should be coming to the end of, what, day 2 now? It's not very long. I do have a fair bit of money from finding all those treasure chests in the woods, which is pretty nice. Keep chasing the deer this direction. I don't expect to actually get any of them, because they can handle quite a few hits, but we'll try. Yeah, no, unfortunately my archers did not pull that off. Oh well. So I know that the left-hand side is where all the enemies will be coming from, and in the future I want to build walls here, I think, in order to defend myself. But for now, let's go ahead and just get some more bows in preparation. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and head off to the right now, because I know there's no enemies out here, and I want to go ahead and hire some more people. So, manpower is a very important resource that I think gets overlooked in this game. People forget that more likely than not, you're not going to run out of money, you're going to run out of people. So getting rid of these camps too early on can really hurt you in Kingdom, I think. And we should be going off and recruiting pretty much every day, because you want to have as many people on your side as possible. And what do I mean by getting rid of camps? So you can clear out the forest over time, and there's advantages to doing that. It unlocks more building spots, it unlocks farms, it unlocks more hunting grounds. Like, it's a really good idea to clear things out over time. But in doing so, the camps where people spawn can only be in the woods. Once you clear out the woods, the camps go away and you can't get people from them anymore. Same with this trading outpost, by the way. If we get all the trees cut up to this point, then the trading outpost will go away and our trader will disappear, and we'll never be able to get money from him again. So you want to be very careful about the timing as far as how you expand. Let's see, you guys got any money for me? Oh yeah, you do. Oh yeah, you do. You got a lot of money. Good job, guys. Nice. Okay, you got taxes? Trade? There we go. Thank you, sir. And now we will spend 1 gold and send you on your merry way. Beautimus. Okay. So over here, let's go ahead and start upgrading this wall just to something a little bit more sustainable. Down this direction, I'm going to go ahead and start clearing out some trees because I know there are no camps that we are worried about losing. And the less trees you have, the more open plains that you have, and the more grass that grows, the more likely that rabbits and other things will spawn that you can hunt to get money. So clearing out the woods up until a certain point, namely a camp or something like that, is a pretty good strategy. But what you do not want to do is overexpand too quickly. I see a lot of people play this game, and what they think that they should do is, oh good, I've unlocked a new tower or a new wall. Let's just keep building out as far as possible. No, that's usually pretty bad, because what will kill people in this game, I think, is overexpansion more than anything else. We're going to go ahead and chop down this tree. That should get rid of the last of the forest in this area. Over time, we'll see a lot more grass growing up, which will be good. I am going to build a wall over here, and I am going to build a tower. I do want this to be my new front line if we can make it work. And this is where all of my archers will congregate every night in order to face the enemy. So if I build this up super duper strong, hopefully we'll survive just fine. And this wall will be kind of a backup in case they manage to get through and they're trying to attack my capital here, which, by the way, let's go ahead and upgrade. It only costs 3 coins. We'll do that now. There we go. Now we have some tents. Beautiful. Let's get some more bows, because early game offense or defense is probably the most important thing. And since hunters do get you money by hunting down pelts from rabbits and so on, it's a pretty good way to do things, I think. Now, notice this tall grass right here. This is where the rabbits will spawn, and it's because it's surrounded by a lot of regular grass. There you go, not glass. Grass. Because there are no trees in this area. Now, some people will think, oh good, a wall location. Let's build a wall right here, and then a tower, and that'll be my defense on the right-hand side. No, because once I build something here, it's going to clear out this grass, and rabbits can't spawn, and as a result, I've actually robbed myself of a source of income. So you don't want to expand too much. In fact, I think that expanding very little is probably a pretty good strategy in this game. You want to expand just as much as you need to in order to get a good steady source of income, and then you can worry about expanding enough to fight the enemy. That's kind of the most important thing, I think. Let's go ahead and get as many men as possible. We have 2 more. Not so bad. I don't think there's a whole lot more to talk about right now. So I'm just going to kind of play the game and let's sort of see my strategy in motion. We haven't actually seen any enemies yet because they're all fighting on the left-hand side, and I keep wandering around in the woods like an idiot. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm a captain of like a Federation starship, you know? Like the king shouldn't go out into the forests and put himself in danger, but he does, just like a captain on a Federation starship in Star Trek. I don't know, that was always a dumb thing in Star Trek, I thought, but we're doing it anyway, so. Now, unfortunately, a lot of your archers will congregate they'll sort of split themselves evenly between the left and the right-hand side, which is unfortunate because I don't want any on the right-hand side during night. There's no real way to direct them, unfortunately, not much I can do, so we're just going to have to live with it. How are we looking over here? We should be doing just fine. Yep, our archers in our tower have withstood themselves okay. This guy, unfortunately, did not make it back behind the walls before nighttime, so he got beaten up and robbed of his gold. So we'll have to rehire these guys, but that shouldn't be a problem. We can afford that. Actually, those are probably the 2 guys that were on the far left-hand side of the map. I would not be surprised, actually. So, okay. Going on to day 4. Let's go ahead and send our trader, and let's upgrade our keep one more time. Let's see. It does appear to be taking about, what, 5 minutes per day or something like that? I don't know. Maybe more or less than that. Let's see. It's been about 15 minutes in 4 days. I don't know, 4 minutes per day, something along those lines. Yeah, see, here's some tall grass that spawned, by the way, since we cut down all those trees, and now we have a bunch of rabbits spawning, and that's going to get us some money. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and chop down these trees. That will open up even more plains. And also, my horse does run a lot further. He doesn't run out of endurance. If you have open grasslands instead of forests. So it actually makes it a lot easier to get around on the map. I don't think a lot of people think that through, but it's there. So these little rivers right here are where I'm able to build farms. Now, unfortunately, if I build a farm here, then this grass will go away. Right? So I'm trading away my rabbits in order to have a farm, and it costs a lot of gold in order to get farmers working on the, on the farms. You need a lot of money for scythes, and you need more people, and so on. So that may be a little bit more of a late-term investment. I can't chop down these trees? Really? Aw, that sucks. Well, either way, we'll see how that works out for us. For now, we have a lot of new hunting ground that should be opening up. Grass will gradually start to grow in this area. You can see that tree actually just disappeared as the forest recedes. And we should be getting a lot more money from our hunters as they wander around in the plains. I am going to go ahead and upgrade this to a stone wall now, because it is always good, I think, to have better defenses. And we'll go ahead and upgrade this tower as well. That seems pretty good. Have a fair bit of money left. Still no catapults and stuff. Do we want to go ahead and upgrade this? Let's try. I think I can afford it, but barely. And now we'll have a proper wooden, I don't know, longhouse? Great Hall? Something along those lines. And that should unlock a new feature pretty soon. It hasn't arrived yet. Oh wait, no it has. This guy right here. So I'm not entirely sure what this guy does. I can give him money, and I'll show you. See, I just gave him a coin. And what he'll eventually do if you give him a lot of coins is he'll come over to your great house, and he'll put the money inside the house. And I'm assuming it works kind of like a banking system, and every day, if you go up to in the morning, he'll withdraw some money for you. It's a pretty good way of just sort of storing your money if you are having too much money, rather than just kind of dropping it all in the river. At least I suspect that's kind of what goes. Sometimes it feels like, and I could be wrong, by giving him a lot of money, he'll eventually, like, give me some free money, almost like I'm getting a return on an investment. You know, I'm putting it in a savings account. I don't think that's how it works. I think it literally is just an overflow banking system, but it is something. And at night, like this, he's going to run back to the Great Hall, he'll lock himself in, shut the door, your money here is now safe. At least that's how I think it is supposed to work, so that is pretty cool. You guys got any money for me? You got a couple coins. That's not so bad. Why don't we go back into the woods and see if we can't hire a couple new people? Again, because I know that there's no portal on the right, I'm totally comfortable running around here at night. Otherwise, in the classic game, which is not a level system, it's more of just a never-ending campaign, well, I would not feel secure wandering around at night. But now, totally can. So it changes the way you play the game a fair bit, and I like that. I do like that a lot. Okay, so I don't have enough coins to hire that last guy, but for now, at the very least, I have 3 more manpower. I can go ahead and give them some bows. There'll be some late-night defense, and during the day, they will make me some more money. Not half bad, I think. If I did chop down this tree right here, this camp would go away, because it technically would no longer be located in the forest, and since that's a very close-by source of manpower, I really do not want to get rid of it too early, so we're going to refrain from doing that. But as I'm no longer hurting for manpower and I want to open up a bunch of land that I can farm, then maybe I'll chop down that tree. Just not right now. So yeah, this guy, I don't know if he gave me my coin back or not. I don't know. Again, I'm not entirely sure what the math is behind that guy, but it does seem that he just stores my money. Let's go ahead and buy a couple more bows, because I'm pretty sure that I'm going to need them. And let's head off this direction and hire the last guy that we missed. By the way, for upgrading our main keep, you'll notice that we do have the access to scythes. So now I could spend 4 gold to buy a scythe and turn people into farmers instead of hunters. And if I build a farm, that actually could be a pretty darn reliable source of money. It doesn't require any rabbits, it just, you know, requires a lot of time in order to farm up some crops and sell those for some money. But either way, I don't know if that's something I want to do quite yet. Maybe not in the first video. It is only day 5 after all. We still have yet to watch our guys defend us from bad guys, from the little trolls or whatever they are. I'm not too sure what you would consider them to be, but that is something we're gonna see pretty soon, though, because every few nights there is a blood moon. So basically okay, actually, if you haven't seen Kingdom, let me explain this real quick. So there is a survival aspect to this game, because at night, as you saw on the first night, enemies will come out, and they'll try to steal all your stuff. Right? They'll kill your guys, they'll take their bows, they'll take their money, blah, 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 blah. Let's go ahead and get a catapult over here, actually. I'll just spend some money to do that right now. And it works pretty well. So we want to build walls, we want to have archers, we'll defend ourselves at night. And they come every night. And the longer you take to win this scenario, the more will come every night, right? Every, like, 6 nights or so, though, there is a blood moon. And when the blood moon comes, a whole ton of enemies come. It's a much harder wave than usual. And you do have to watch out for that. So you want to make sure your defenses are good and strong every 6 nights or so. By the way, notice that having chopped down all the trees, that yes, indeed, we do have a lot more grass down there, and as a result, a lot more tall grass where our rabbits can spawn and give us money. So I like that a lot. Our strategy seems to be working pretty well. My timer did just go off, so I do want to be ending this probably by the end of this day, and we'll see how well that works out. Is this day 5? So we can do 5 days per video in about 20 minutes or so? I think that's about right. And yeah, if I want to, I could spend some money, give it to this guy, and he will store it in my great house. I'll probably show you guys that later when I actually do have an excess of money. For right now, not a high priority. Let's get ourselves another bow. We do have a few more hours of daylight, so let's see if we can't hire another guy from the nearby camp. Yes, indeed we can. The most you can ever have at a camp is 2, so you do want to be going out there every day, making sure you get both guys, because you don't want to waste a lot of time. Is this a blood moon? I feel like the music changed and the sky looks pretty dark, but we'll see. By the way, because we upgraded this keep a bit more, it's automatically giving us stone walls and a tower in both left and right-hand side. Oh yeah, there's a blood moon, all right. Okay, so let's get over here and just sort of pay attention. We have a catapult, we've got a bunch of archers. I think we'll be fine. But let's just sort of see what happens. By the way, there's also some black smoke, kind of like fog, in the ground, sweeping over the land. And that's a good way for you to know that you're about to get attacked. Okay, here they are. And they're all pretty weak right now. Even though this is the first blood moon, they can't really do much. So we survived that just fine. And the catapult, of course, does make it pretty easy to take them down. The catapult is reset by construction workers. So if you have extra construction workers and you're not doing anything with them, that's fine. They'll just man the catapult and make it fire faster, which is not a bad use of your time. It's actually pretty helpful because there are new enemies in this game that are bigger and tougher, and bow and arrow doesn't really cut it. You're going to want to have a catapult to deal with them, so that is an option. The night's about to end. I'm going to go ahead and spend some... Actually, no, you know what? I was about to spend some money in order to upgrade my tower, but I don't think I will bother with that. We're going into day 6, so I'm going to end this video here. If this is a series you guys would like me to continue, then be sure to let me know in the comments section. I think this game is pretty awesome, even if it is a minimalist style, and I'm hoping that you guys would agree. If so, hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and all of that. I will see you guys next time.